have a floor time without some hay. Oh, wonder what's everyone. They only have like a tiny little bit of that. That tiny calcium. Okay. Hold on, I'll give you all the rest in a moment. I gotta go get our piggies out first. I gotta bring them into the playpen here. Here's one piggy. Come here. There's two. Big white steps to get over it. Alright, you can have that, baby. Hold on, let me get your carrot. I don't want to give so much. I brought an apple up here, but I didn't bring anything to cut it with, so it's not going to work too well. One, two, three. One, two, three. 4, 5, 6, 7. Marlee, they don't need to hide. Silly girl. Okay. I gotta bring the charger back in my room. 1 second. 1 second. La 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 la. Okay. Oh, I wish I had teeth. I would be eating this apple myself. Oh, I wish I had teeth. I miss eating apples so bad. Okay. Pull up the live on my other phone and see what it's looking at, because I don't know if you have a good angle or not. Hey, no. What am I doing? Getting distracted here. Okay, you can't really see much. Oh, hello, Destiny King. How are you doing? I'm gonna try and... Hopefully that'll give maybe a better angle. Move it back. if I would have done it in landscape, you would have had like a full entire view of what it looks like. But I did it in portrait instead, because that seems to be the popular option lately. So today is actually a bit of a special day. Today marks exactly 1 month since I got Marlee and Capi. And for those of you who don't know, Marlee and Capi... Okay, so Marlee is the one hiding in the tunnel right now. Capi is the one out in the open. And these two girls are my most senior pigs that I've ever had. So, Capi is about 7 years old. And Marlee is about 9, maybe even 10 years old. Which, for guinea pig age, both of them are like, they pretty much exceed your average lifespan. So their nicknames are Golden Girls because, like, they're my oldest piggies that I've ever had. And I think it's so special. And I'm going to try to do more floor time lives like this with all of my guinea pigs. I have a total of 14 guinea pigs, for those who don't know. And majority of my guinea pigs are females. Marlee and Capi are the most recent ones that I have adopted in. And then I also have a herd of 7 in another cage. And then I have a trio as well. And then the other 2 guinea pigs are downstairs because they are males. And I definitely do not breed. And I don't want to risk their bond breaking, so they stay as far away from the females as possible. Capi is totally devouring that carrot. Like, she is killing it. So it shows that I have 1 viewer, but I don't know if that's myself from the phone or if there actually is anyone else watching. Oh, wait. It helps if I go to all messages and not top messages. Okay, there we go. I'm in the live chat itself. Yeah, I just got out of a shower, quickly put away their guinea pig laundry, and I have a few hours to wait before I can give Ginger her antibiotics. So I thought, you know what, let's set up a quick 4-time live, celebrate their little, 1 month gotchaversary. If that's even a word, I don't know. If it's not, I'm making it up, and it's now going to become a word. But it's always fun to watch guinea pigs zoom around and explore. And while they do have a big enough enclosure, they have 2 Midwest cages connected together. Because it's an L shape, there's only so many hides that I can put in there without overcrowding it. So it's really nice to be able to set up a floor time for them every now and then, just to let them get any zoomies out and just explore new environments. Normally when I do a floor time, I try to only do 1 set of piggies at a time. Just in case, if someone does have a URI that I haven't caught yet or something, I don't want to cross-contaminate. But I think I am on the safe side. I think I am safe that, you know, I can let them play in here for a little bit, and then after that I can maybe put my trio in, let them have a little bit of fun, and then on another time maybe do the herd. We'll see. And right now I'm just randomly talking about whatever, just so that if anybody does pop in, they're not like, oh, there's nobody there, I'm bored, and click off. So hopefully, you know, my rambling of whatever will entertain you. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. I tried to be as transparent and open about my guinea pigs as possible. Let's see. I didn't tell anybody that I was live, so I'm gonna do that now. Hey, Mish Mish. I'm live on YouTube right now if you want to pop in for a few. We're doing a floor time live with Capi and Marlee. And then, share. Copy link. So I still keep in touch with Capi and Marlee's previous owner. So I just messaged her to let her know I'm live in case she wants to pop in. I know she had requested that I keep her updated with how they're doing photos, videos, and so forth. So I shared my YouTube channel with her. And then I also have like a Facebook group that she is a member of, so she gets to see them there too. But I know she was requesting if I was able to do like a video showing how Marlee and Capi interact together, because when I first got them, they were not a bonded pair. I introduced them afterwards, like literally a week after they were with me. I noticed that Capi was showing signs of some depression, like she was just hiding a lot, not really eating her food much. Like she would eat enough to survive, but not thrive. And Marlee was kind of doing a little bit of that, but not really with the hiding. So that's when I was like, you know what, I need to do something, try and introduce them and pray for the best kind of thing. And thankfully it worked out really well. So I know that their previous owner is going to be like super happy to be able to see this. No problem, Maria. So I gave them like little pieces of kale. I try not to give them kale too much because it's high in calcium. And I know that they are prone to like bladder sludge, like you mentioned, so I only give them like a little piece of that, and they've already devoured their baby carrots. They had lettuce like way earlier in the day, and then they had their bell pepper early this morning. So they are set for veggies for the day. And then I brought an apple upstairs with me, but I didn't bring my knife to be able to cut it into pieces for them. So I guess they're not getting apple today. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Now granted, if I had teeth, I'd be eating this apple on my own because it just looks so good. Capi is just really enjoying herself. They look happy. I think Capi almost popcorn. Probably. Like I mentioned to you the last time I spoke, that like Marlee tried to popcorn the other day when I was cleaning their cage, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that is like amazing. So I got people messaging me, and I'm just like sending them the link for the live. I'm like, I'm live. If you want to chat, come and watch the stream and chat with me there. I'm not gonna, you know, take my time right now to do private messages. Okay, they didn't do that often, so it's an amazing sign. Okay, okay. Then yeah, I would definitely say that they are happy. I'm just sitting on the chair behind the camera, so that's why you could only like hear my voice and not like see me. I do have to order more urinary support tabs and joint support tabs because I ran out of that this morning. I think that was an attempted popcorn by Capi. I can't tell. But how many other treats I can give them? Which ones are these? I think these are the apple yums? Not sure. I'm gonna get everybody going now. One. Sorry, Cappy. Put one there. I can have one more, so I have two. Okay, coming in time. Can't give them any without giving the rest of my piggies some treats. Of course, a bit. And now I'm dropping them. Oh my goodness. You know what, girls? Mommy's gonna make this easy, and then we're just gonna like spread a bunch throughout your cage so you can forage for them. Whee! Go find them. You gotta forage for them. They're too small for me to be able to like hold individually to give it to them. Hey, Margaret. You wish your girls could do that Rumble City at the grid divider? Well, the one who is in the hay pile. That would have been Cappy. Cappy is about 7 years old. Marlee is the Abyssinian. She's about 9 or 10 years old. Yeah, I think out of the past 3 years that I've been owning guinea pigs, like consecutively the last 3 years, I've only ever had 2 failed bonding sessions. And each time was because one of the guinea pigs had a medical illness that either went undiagnosed or that just wasn't treatable or whatnot. Hey Ron, how are you doing? How's your little piggies doing? But yeah, out of all the piggies I've had, I've only ever had 2 failed bonding sessions. Every other one was a success, which I am super grateful for. Super, super grateful. Because, I mean, generally when it comes to female guinea pigs, there's an 80% success rate that any two females would get along. But, of course, it's based on... Sorry, I've got the hiccups. It's based on personality, really. So, I guess male guinea pigs are more territorial for, like, space and, like, hides and stuff, typically. Females can just be... They can be territorial as well, but they kind of let their... Okay, stop messaging me, please. Sorry. The females, when they get, like, territorial, they kind of just pull out what I call their squirt gun, and they just kind of pee on each other to, like, let each other know that they're annoyed. I mean, they still do, like, teeth chattering, rumble strutting when they're in heat and stuff like that. Ron says, Dave is still jumping into his brother's pen and getting kicked out. Well, my, what are you going to do about Dave? Does Dave have his own cage mates, or what's up with that? And I keep hearing one of my guinea pigs sneezing, and I don't know which one. I don't like that. Now, there is a lot of hay dust in there right now, so that could be why. Yes, I will fill up your hay in a moment. Oh, Tokyo, do you let me pet you? Good girl. Okay, run away now. That's fine. I will fill up your snack shacks with hay momentarily, because we have a floor time going on right now, ladies, and I don't want to be stepping on no piggies. We don't need no pancakes. At least not that kind of pancake. Dave is with Stoner. His brother has his buddies. Okay. Maybe he's just a very social guinea pig. Nothing wrong with that. Mocha. Hi, baby. I'm trying to finish that. Okay, still water there. That one's full. What are you begging for, Wynter? Or your Autumn, sorry. Your Autumn. Yes, I will refill this too. Mark my word, I'll refill it. Okay, so Capi is hiding under a tunnel. Marlee is eating some kale. But yeah, sometimes I'll catch Marlee and Capi kind of sleeping beside each other. Like, when I went to go get them out of their enclosure to put them in the pen, Capi was in the corner space house, and Marlee was just kind of sleeping in the open beside her. It was super cute. Oh, did she? That's awesome. I'm glad you caught that. I'll probably have to, like, re-watch my live stream at another time so I can get, like, little snippets for YouTube shorts or whatnot. I do that sometimes. I'll re-watch a live stream to try and get, like, little snippets of video clips and whatnot. You girls recognize those greenhouses. You should. They came with you guys. You used to use them. So I typically don't use plastic hides like that, but occasionally I will for, like, a floor time and stuff like that. They look so good. I never had thought they were that age if I hadn't seen it for myself. Right? I get so many people, like, I'll take pictures of them, like, pretty much the same ones that I send you. I will send to other people, or I'll post it online, and when I tell them their age, they're like, no, they're not that age. I thought they were babies. And I'm like, I know, they look so good. Hi, Cappy. Good genetics, I guess, lucky us. Indeed, they must have great genetics. Because the oldest guinea pig I've ever had prior to getting these two was 7 years old. So January of 2022, I adopted Eliza and Jane. Well, actually, I rescued them technically because their previous owner threatened to leave them abandoned by a dumpster in the middle of winter, like minus 34 weather. So when I'd seen that, I was just like, I don't care if I could afford more, I'm taking them in, I'm not chancing it, kind of thing. So yeah, I took Eliza and Jane in. Jane was 7, but unfortunately, she had heart disease and then caught a URI. And the medication that I was told to use for Jane for the heart disease was Lasix, and that was to try and help remove some of the fluid that was around her heart. And then the vet had told me if within 3 days that medication didn't work, then I should start the Baytril. So literally the morning that I was, or then the day before, no, then the following day, the day after is when I was supposed to start the Baytril. The day I spoke to the vet or whatever that day is the same day that she had passed away. So she unfortunately didn't survive. But she had the best 4 months of her life with me. Well, remaining 4 months kind of thing. But she was a beautiful, beautiful, she was an all-white guinea pig. She didn't have the red eyes, though. She had, I think it was like a brown color of eyes, but she was so beautiful. And then so, after Jane had passed away, I then bonded Eliza with my other guinea pigs that I had, so that's the cycle of how that was. And then the next oldest guinea pig I had was Coconut. When I got her, I was told that the previous owner of Coconut had her for 5 years, but they did not know how old she was when they first got her. She could have been a year old, she could have been less than that. So by the time I adopted Coconut, basically Coconut was showing signs of depression, so the previous owner wanted her to be with someone who already had guinea pigs. So it worked out perfectly. But unfortunately, she did pass away, I believe it was last year. I don't remember exactly what month. But she was about 7 years old because I got to care for her for about a year long. So yeah, 7 was the golden age of my oldest piggies that I've had. So to have a 7-year-old and a 9 or 10-year-old is like amazing. Every day is literally a blessing with them. Gee. No, I'm so glad she had great last months with you. Thank you. I'm glad about that too. Ron says, my one piggy is part American and part Peruvian. He's pretty. Nice, that's awesome. I've got a Shiba guinea pig, Mocha. She is part Abyssinian, part Peruvian. So she's got the crazy hair, like Marlee, but her fur just grows long. Like literally in summertime, I have to give Mocha a fur trim every month. And then even in wintertime, I gotta keep her hind area trimmed short so that she's not getting peed on or sitting in urine and all that. I think they're really enjoying themselves. It's kind of funny because Marlee has that little bit of fur right by her bum area that's like the reddish brown color. And I swear, every time I see it, I keep thinking that it's like dried up urine, but it's not. It's literally just the color of her fur. They are active, and I love it. I absolutely love seeing them like move around, go around like that. That's why I figured I'd put like 2 actual hidey huts and then like 3 tunnels. Because I wasn't sure if they were gonna just kind of hide in one spot or if they were actually gonna like roam around, kind of thing. Yeah, I literally had all the wooden tunnels I had folded up and stored in their closet here. Because I usually only bring those down more towards like actual summer. In summertime, I tend to put away the fleece hides and all that, and then I will just use like the wooden tunnels or just more fleece forests and things like that. Just that it's more like airflowy kind of thing. That made no sense, but hopefully you can make sense of what I was saying. But yeah, I brought all 4 of my wooden tunnels down, and I ended up only having the room for like 3 of them in there. I mean, if I would have used the other grids to set up like an actual square pen, then I might have been able to fit the 4 tunnels, but I think this is pretty good for them. Considering this is like their second floor time, essentially. Because their first floor time was when they had the introduction to each other. I'm gonna put the apple in the hallway so I can take it downstairs after. So I'm sitting there holding the apple and I keep trying to bite into it and I can't bite into it because I don't have teeth. It's so noticeable in their interactions that Capi is the alpha. She has a strong personality. Oh, she is a sassy girl. And yeah, she is definitely top dog or top pig between the 2 of them. Because, like, when I first did the introduction to them, like, things were going well at first. Like, they were both eating. It was like they didn't care that each other existed. And then, out of nowhere, Marlee just kind of followed Capi, kind of like a piggy train. And then Capi just kind of, like, turned around at her, like, how dare you kind of thing. And then she looked like she was going to lunge at her. And she did kind of lunge at her at first, a little bit. And at one point there was a small bit of fur that she pulled out, but not like an excessive amount. And because there was like no blood drawn, I was like, hey, we're going to keep it going. And then at one point, Capi literally nose punched Marlee like 3 times in a row. But I couldn't tell that it was nose punching. I thought that it was like an actual like nipping or biting. So I then picked up Marlee, gave her a quick I went to the bathroom with her to do it, but I gave her a look over, make sure there was no blood, no injuries, no nothing. So it kind of gave Capi a few minutes to kind of settle down and calm down again, kind of thing. And when I noticed there was no blood drawn, no wounds, no injury, I was like, okay, we're going to continue this bonding thing. And that was pretty much the establishment right there that Capi is the dominant one and Marlee's the submissive one. Oh, there we go. It shows that I have 5 people watching. So I know Maria's watching. I know Ron is watching. I don't know who else is watching, but hello and welcome. Ron says fake fighting is good. Dave and his brother Rehab does that. Well, I mean, yeah, it's always a good thing when they're not, like, truly hurting each other. But when it comes to guinea pigs, like, you can never be too sure. Because when you're doing a first-time introduction or bonding, as most people call it, it can get pretty damn scary, and I'm not going to lie. Like, especially with male guinea pigs, they can be a lot more aggressive. Maria said, the first time I tried, that went so bad. For sure, some blood. Poor Marlee. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's why, like, I wasn't sure how they would react if I tried to introduce them. But the thing is, like, sometimes when it comes to, like, certain guinea pigs, like, not all of them, but certain ones, like, for example, with my boys, they were bonded together for a few months, and then their bond broke because Mateo had drew blood on Bruno and, I guess, bit him or something in the lip, and he had a wound right on his lip kind of thing, or right below it. So I had separated them for like a good probably 6 to 8 months, and had to have been maybe a little bit longer. But then they each started showing signs of depression, and there was no medical reason for it. So then I reintroduced my boys together. But what I did is they only had fleece forests as a hide. They had no physical hides in there. So it was literally 2 different hay sources, 2 pellet dishes, 2 water bottles, and 2 fleece forests. And that's all my boys had in their cage. And they finally are getting along super great now. I introduced like fleece tunnels to them. They get along great. They're doing really well. That was a popcorn. I saw that. I saw that. But I figured out the problem with my boys and why their bond broke. in the first place. It's because I had brought down these exact wooden tunnels that are in here. I brought them downstairs for the boys to use, not thinking wood is porous. So if any female guinea pig pees on these wooden tunnels or any wooden hide, and then you go to use it with the opposite sex, like especially for males, their scent is likely to still be on there. And if male guinea pigs smell females, they are going to fight for the female, thinking the female is physically there. So that was where I went wrong with my boys. So I now know that if I'm not using these wooden tunnels in their cages, it gets folded as flat as I could and stored in the closet. Same with Capi and Marlee. It was a bite on the lip. Okay. Yeah, that tends to happen. I love how Marlee took a strand of hay and brought it into that house with her. That is so funny. Yeah, because at one point I thought about literally getting rid of all of my wooden hides. I was like, I don't like them anymore. I mean, I really don't like the fact that you can't 100% sanitize them. So, like, for example, if you have guinea pigs that have, like that cotton pneumonia or have an upper respiratory infection and whatnot, and you have wooden hides in their cage, that bacteria can harbor in those hides. So, it's definitely not recommended to keep stuff like that unless a person can find a way to really sanitize it, but I have yet to figure that out. So I try to be very vigilant with my guinea pigs, and I try to catch things as early as I can to get the issue rectified. Ginger, you have 1 more hour before I give you your antibiotic. Oh, I guess Cappy's hiding in one of the tunnels. Now, I think today is the one day where I've seen the most amount of poop on the floor. There's a poop on the floor right outside of Cappy and Marlee's enclosure. There's about 3 or 4 outside of my herd's enclosure, and then a couple right near me where the trio's enclosure is. They don't usually play soccer that much with their poop, but I guess today's a soccer day. Marlee, do you know that you're on YouTube Live? Do you know that? Alright, how long have I had them down here? 37 minutes. Okay. I am going to put Marlee and Cappy back in their enclosure, and I'm going to give my trio a little bit of time in the pen over here. So, here's the fun part. Getting into their space to pick them up and put them back in their enclosure. Cappy is under that tunnel over there. No, come back here. I don't want to chase you, my love. I'm going to outsmart you. No, you're going to outsmart me, apparently. Come here. There we go. Good girl. Let's put you back in your space. You want to give some more piggies a turn in the playpen. This is the fun one. She's fast. And she teeth chatters at me all the time. Come here. Gotcha. Good girl. Okay, let me get some more piggies. If I don't fall first. One piggy. Come on. Two piggy. Back here. There we go. So that is Lavender, Autumn, and Winter. You know what? Let's see if they eat some of this apple. Lavender, are you really sniffing Winter's butt? Did it turn the camera the right way? Okay, yeah, I did. Winter's the only one eating the apple right now. That's so cute. But the other two girls are like just sniffing around like, hey, who is that? I smell that. Who's that smell? Ron says, my Dave sniffs Stoner's butt all the time and follows him. No, I mean, that's very typical for males. Very typical. Oh, Lavender discovered the apple. I bet my friend Shane would be on here if she wasn't working. Or she might have the live stream running and then just not chatting because she's working. And that's okay too. They're really going to town on that apple. Yeah, we'll do a floor time live again with my herd at some point. I don't know when. I do want to do a 4-time live as well with the boys, but I need to wait until I can get like more tunnels that don't smell like the girls. So I've got a lot of fleece hides, but not a lot of tunnels. Although I suppose I can easily create some. I can get creative. Yeah, I can definitely get creative. Why not? So like, once I end the live stream, my cleanup routine will be to like put the wooden tunnels away, fold them flat again, and store them up in the closet. And then I will, whatever remaining hay pile there is, will go into one of their cages. And then I will probably like sanitize the 2 green hidey huts with like white vinegar and water. Wynter, that wasn't very nice. Why did you nip Lavender? So Lavender is the furry guinea pig. Wynter is the skinny pig that has that little orange patch on her nose. And Autumn is the one that has that little pink patch on her belly. So Autumn's sharing the apple with Lavender currently, and Wynter's eating the hay. So for anyone who's never had skinny pigs before, fun fact, they poop and pee twice as much as the regular guinea pigs because they need to be able to keep up with their metabolism and keep the body heat going. So those 2 skinny pigs would be the equivalent of having 4 guinea pigs, like 4 furry ones. So I used to do floor time on top of like a really thick fleece blanket, which I used to use as my blanket, but then I didn't have anything to use for floor time, so I kind of forfeited my blanket to the guinea pigs. So having this floor mat thing is like the best thing ever. So thank you so much, Maria. Ron says, my neighbor looks at me funny when I harvest dandelions in my yard. You know, my entire neighborhood looks at me funny when I do that. And then I just explain to them that I have guinea pigs and it's, you know, a safe item for guinea pigs to eat, in moderation, of course. Too much of it can be a bad thing because they are high in calcium. But I love foraging for dandelions, and I actually in my garden I just planted marigold flowers. So that will be fun because at the end of the season I can pick the flowers off and I can dry them out and use them as forage. Sorry, girls, but you are getting too close to the core and seeds for my liking. So I need to steal that. I don't want you choking on the seeds. I hope you didn't get any seeds. Oh yeah, my herd can smell the apple and they are so mad. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to get the apple and hold on to it while they kind of each have a nibble. Or, hang on. Oh, yay! Almost got this figured out. Okay, I figured it out. Here, have that chunk, and that chunk. No more treats for the night, ladies. Now I'm full of apple. So I had a pair of thinning scissors, like hair cutting thinning scissors, and I just used one side of that blade to try and cut it up into chunks, but then I had to take the seeds out. And now I'm covered in apple juice, literally, so I need to wash my hands. we go. My hands are clean. Everyone's happy. They got their apple. Hey, piebald. The piebald pigs. Okay, you're going to have to give me an easier name to use for whenever you pop in here. Because, yeah, that's a tongue twister. So, at the end of the live, if you want to like go back to the beginning, you'll be able to see the floor time part where I had Marlee and Capi out. Marlee and Capi are my oldest guinea pigs. Capi is 7 and Marlee is about 9 or 10 years old. And yes, you heard that right, 9 or 10 years old. And then these guinea pigs here, so the furry one with the white on top of the head, that's Ginger. No, that's Lavender. Sorry. I'm thinking Ginger because it's almost time for her meds. That's Lavender. And then the one with the little orange stripe on her nose is Wynter. And then the one with the pink patch on her belly is Autumn. I can remember the name Noelle. I can definitely remember Noelle. My very first job when I was 14, 14 was working at the movie theater, 15 was babysitting. Or was it the other way around? No, it was the other way around. Babysitting was the first job, so I was 14. I started babysitting for someone named Noelle, and she had 2 kids that I babysat for. So I can definitely remember the name Noelle. Excuse me. I think I scared them all. You've never had female pigs. Well, you know what? Majority of my guinea pigs are female. In fact, the room that we're in is surrounded only by females. My male guinea pigs live downstairs behind my desk. I purposely keep the males away from the females because 1, I don't want their bond to break. And 2, because there really isn't any more room in this room to put more tables. Like, yeah, I can put cages on the floor, but I've got bad knees, bad back, and stuff like that, so I don't like having really many cages on the floor. But for a floor time like this, it's not too bad because it's just like one big liner that after I collect up the hides, I just kind of swoop it up and in the wash it goes. Your very first guinea pig was named Mr. Guinea. And then you had Ramses. They both lived over 10 years. That is amazing. Yeah, like I was saying earlier in the live, before adopting Marlee and Capi, my oldest guinea pigs that I've ever had were 7 years old. So to have a current 7-year-old and then a 9 or 10-year-old is like beyond amazing for me. Because if you think about it, the average lifespan for a guinea pig is anywhere from like 4 to 8, 5 to 7, depending on who's answering that question kind of thing. But I find if you can get guinea pigs with good genetic line and you take care of them properly, you pay close attention to them, you know, get to know what their behaviors are normally like. And then, you know, if you get them vetted as soon as you notice something off, then, you know, a guinea pig can definitely live beyond the average lifespan. Do you think Rue and Eeyore are 6 or 7 now? Wow. Well, those are definitely some ripe, good ages. One says, my piggy won't grow, he's staying a baby. Sasuke can't figure it out. Okay, what do you mean he's staying a baby? Do you weigh your guinea pigs weekly, Ron? Like, what is your guinea pig's weight? Or what has it been each time you weigh him? Like, some guinea pigs are just smaller in size. Like, every guinea pig comes in a different, different style fur, different shape, so forth. Like, not all guinea pigs are going to be identical, kind of thing. Like, a lot of my guinea pigs are all on the smaller size. Or, smaller side. No, I'm lying. I'm totally lying to you. I'm thinking of Mickey. Most of my guinea pigs are on the larger side. Like, my heaviest guinea pig is like 1,400 something grams. Actually, do I still have it? Hang on. Let me see if I still have the weights written out. I might. I have them downstairs. Okay, I do have it here. So, that's April 11th. No, I know I've done a more recent one. If I can find it. Oh, there it is. April 25th. Okay. So my absolute largest guinea pig is Tokyo. She's 1,413 grams. She weighs more than my boy. My smallest guinea pig in weight is currently Autumn. So the one with the pink patch on her skin and on her belly. She is currently the smallest guinea pig in size. So she is under the weight that I would like, but when it comes to skinny pigs, their weights can really, really fluctuate. And, like, it really depends on the time of day you weigh them, if you fed them, their veggies right before or not. If, and 28 to 30 grams could be the difference between a full and empty bladder. So, like, there's so many factors to take into consideration that she's always been on the smaller side when it comes to the weight, so it's not like something I have to be concerned with, you know what I mean? You asked me something. Do I have any funny stories with these guys? One time, I brought a clump of grass in, and it had a surprise in it, a cricket. Rue and Eeyore didn't know what to do but watch it run around. I don't have any funny stories. Not that I can think of anyway. I do feed them fresh grass when I'm able to, but it's so hard for me to be able to get like fresh grass because the property manager usually is always on it about getting that grass cut like as soon as possible because with tall grasses it could be bad like for ticks and stuff like that. And, well, nobody wants to have ticks around. Okay. Ron says, no, he's very small and 4 months old. Okay. Well, if you don't really weigh your guinea pigs on a regular basis, it is hard to know whether your guinea pig is actually, growing and gaining weight or not. And 4 months old is still a pretty small size kind of thing. Tigger is 3 pounds. He's the largest. That's definitely bigger than mine. I think. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to do the conversion at some point. I am on live stream right now. Sorry, my friend just messaged me something more on the personal side for her situation, so I can't read that out loud. But I wanted to let her know that I was on live stream. Okay, that's my little reminder that I need to give Ginger her meds in about 10 minutes. Last rate he went down to 2.98. I put him on a diet when he arrived. What do you mean you put your guinea pig on a diet? I'm sorry. When people say they want to put their guinea pig on a diet, I need to ask so I can understand the situation, because to me, guinea pigs should never be put on a diet. They are grazing animals. They should always have, hay available 24/7. Their pellets, if they are adult piggies, 6 months and older, they should have their pellets limited to 1/8 of a cup per pig per day. And then like half a cup to a cup of veggies per day. Oh, Casper's drinking water. Wait, no. He was strictly on hay. He had been getting fed lots of lettuce and he had diarrhea. Oh, okay. See, this is why I ask the questions, because otherwise when someone just says, oh, I'm putting my guinea pig on a diet, so many people are just automatically thinking, what the F? Like, if you don't ask questions, you won't understand the situation. So yeah, that I can understand. If they're getting too much lettuce, then yeah, I'm guaranteed that the guinea pig will end up getting diarrhea. Or at least mushy, wet poops. Once that cleared up, we put him back on regular schedule. Okay, well that's good, that's good. I know some people do a pellet-free diet and only feed hay and veggies, so if someone says, oh, I don't feed pellets, well, I don't really freak out, kind of thing, because I know some people do that and their guinea pigs, thrive just perfectly fine. My guinea pigs, on the other hand, because I don't always have the selection or variety of vegetables, I always want to make sure that I have pellets for them so I can ensure that they're getting the nutrients they need. You ordered food from Amazon. I asked for 1 pellet sack. They gave me 4. At least they liked the food. Hey, I mean, if you order 1 and they send you 4, bonus. That's my opinion. Like, there's times where I'll get guinea pig food and right now I have these girls on Oxbow. My boys are on a completely different brand. They hate Oxbow, won't touch it for the life of them. But I finally got the girls eating the Oxbow, which makes it easy because I can always get a 10 or 25 pound bag ordered in if I let the store know ahead of time, which I always keep forgetting to do. So that is my goal for next month. Because I still have food left over. But there's times where out of nowhere they will stop eating the Oxbow brand. And then I have to figure out what brand to feed them that's healthy for them, and not too high in calcium or oxalates or this or that, and it's never easy. So right now, because Marlee and Capi came with basically 2 bags of food. 1 bag happened to actually be the young guinea pig pellets. She had gotten that by accident instead of the regular one. And then there was a small bag of the Oxbow that I bought last month. So I've been just kind of mixing the 2 together. And I've been limiting the amount of calcium veggies that I give the guinea pigs, just so that it kind of balances out. But then I also picked up a bag of, what the heck is it called? Hang on, I gotta bring this down. I picked up this bag right here. I think it's like Living World Botanicals adult guinea pig food, but it's got like forage mixed into it with rosehip, red clover, and chamomile. So they absolutely love this type of pellet here. So now that I've been mixing that with the oxbow pellets, they devour it and eat it before the end of the day. It was expensive too, $32. It's the pretty shaped pellet. Pretty shaped pellet. Like, looks like a flower type of pellet. Yours is currently switching between straight pellet. I don't know what it is. It's a red bag. And currently love PetSmart brand with papaya chunks. Yeah, my guinea pigs don't like the papaya chunks. Trying to think. I fed, it's called Martin's Little Friends, and that comes in a red bag or a green bag. They do enjoy that one. Actually, that's the brand that the boys are eating. I was considering it, but the price was more than I wanted. I'm paying 10 or less for mine now. Okay, so I live in Canada where everything is just bloody well expensive. Okay? I'm gonna tell you straight out. It's bloody well expensive. And people continuously ask me all the time, how do I afford having 14 guinea pigs? Well, one, I save money by getting my bales of hay at a local farm. I do have to have it delivered because I don't have a car. So I do pay an extra $25, but I usually get like 4 to 6 bales or more at a time. So it will last me like quite a while, which is fantabulous. And then when it comes to like their pelleted food, I try to like get an affordable priced brand that they'll eat, but at the same time that can maximize the amount I get. So like right now, the fact that I can have them eating oxbow is great. Even if it means me spending, an extra like $30 a month just to mix it with another type of food for them to eat, it'll still last me longer in the long run. And then for my veggies, so what I usually do, my grocery shopping days are Thursdays typically when I can get a ride with a friend. So like tomorrow I'm going grocery shopping. So tomorrow I'll be picking up like, let's say, 2 heads of romaine lettuce, 1 container of spring mix, because after grocery shopping I go to my friend's house for pretty much the entire day. And so it's easier to just open a container of spring mix than to prep it. And so yeah. So I'll pick up like 2 heads of romaine, a thing of spring mix, maybe some cucumbers, zucchini, and bell pepper kind of thing. I try to stick to like the staple items that I know they will eat and rotate out that way. But then on Saturdays, I go to a place called Arcs Harvest that is located in my indoor mall. And they're kind of like a farmer's market, but not really. Their purpose is to... like, I don't even know how to describe what their purpose is, but they basically, you can get 2 different size baskets. You can get a $25 shopping basket or a $50 basket, and you can fill it up to the top of that basket with whatever items you need and want. And you pay a flat price. So sometimes I'll do the $25 basket, sometimes I'll do the $50 basket. It really depends on what I need that week. And at the same time, if for whatever reason my finances are tight that week or something, I can put it on invoice, and then as soon as I get paid, I pay them back. As long as I pay them within the 30 days of that date, it's golden. So that particular store has been like my lifesaver kind of idea. So like that's how I save money on that aspect. And then when it comes to like the vet, so Vetster has a package where you can sign up for, I think it's for like $120 plus taxes or whatever, and you get up to 4 video calls with a licensed exotics vet for any of your animals. So it's not necessarily exotics vet, but most of them have experience with exotics animals. And you get unlimited unlimited chats with vet techs if you need medical advice or whatever. It's a great service. Sometimes it works out in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. My first experience with it was not good. That was back in January. My second experience most recently with Ginger, it's worked out great. I gotta actually go give Ginger her meds. Let me go give Ginger her meds, and then I will be back to answer a couple more questions before we end this. So I need to make my way through here and try and grab Ginger. This should be fun. I don't want to step on anyone. Gotcha. Okay. Now. Girl. In 1 hour, you get your bed back. Good girl. Coming through, I apologize. Ow! Why is your nails sharp? I just cut them the other day. There we go. So Ginger is a very feisty guinea pig that I have to take her out of the cage in order to give her the meds. And if she's in the same room, she will just start squirming and freaking out. So yeah, I usually remove them from their cage, take them to a completely different room, usually the bathroom, so I can give them the meds. Okay. You asked me if I have any picky eaters for hay. Yes and no. So usually they're not really that picky because the hay I try to get is usually a Timothy and orchard grass mix. There is on occasion where I can't get that hay, but so far I've been in luck and I've been using the same supplier for over a year now. Thank God. Because not this past winter, but the winter before, I couldn't find the very first supplier I went with, like the local farmer. And so I had to just message every possible local farmer and take whatever one was willing to deliver. And then at that time, not this past winter, but the winter before, that farmer only had alfalfa and clover mixed hay. Now, again, I had 14 guinea pigs, and buying pet store hay is just not an option when you're trying to, save money and maximize your amount. So I was like, okay, it's only for winter months, thinking 3 to 4 months, it's fine. I can make it work out, just, feed lower calcium veggies or whatever to make it work. But no, those guinea pigs did not like that hay. Oh my God, it took so much to get them to eat it. Like, I had to buy forage, mix it in almost every day. I had to literally sift through those bales of hay because I was finding feathers in it. I was finding all kinds of things that just shouldn't be in it. Now, at the same time, I do understand with typical local farmers, it's a chance that you're gonna find random things that don't belong. Knock on wood, thank heavens, I've never found a rodent in it or anything like that. There was one time I found a piece of plastic, like a zip tie, but that could have been from me cutting off a zip tie from the cage or something when I'm doing cage rat-outs. So that's always a possibility. But ever since I found the current supplier or farmer that I use for the hay, and I told them I have 14 guinea pigs, they absolutely love your hay. They don't waste any of it really, stuff like that. So she was asking me not the last time, but the second last time, how many bales or how much do I typically go through in a month? So I'm like, well, typically, on average, about a bale per month. So she was like, well, next time, if it's, to make it cheaper and easier for you, let me know how many you need and we can set that aside for you, kind of thing. So I thought that was super amazing that they're willing to do that. But there's also, the issue of storage, because you got to store it in a cool, dry place kind of thing. And when it comes to, because I store my hay in the basement, and then I just keep a tote bin full on each level for the guinea pigs, right? So I don't want to store too many bales of hay down in the basement, and then, God forbid, I get a flood down there or something happens. I don't need that much hay getting, damaged and ruined kind of thing. So I try to play it safe. I usually just get 6 bales at a time, but it works. You did the 50-pound wrapped bale for a while. That worked and lasted months. Now I'm going back to PetSmart, which cost more overall because they stopped the bales and quality control was bad. Yeah, it tends to happen. There was a period of time, so before I rebonded my boys together, I started getting the PetSmart the Oxbow Timothy hay, and started feeding that to one of my boys, because I couldn't figure out why all of a sudden he was not eating. There was no medical reasons for it. He wasn't bloated, there was no URI, no anything medically. And I never thought about the possibility of him being depressed. I had thought, okay, well, maybe he's got tooth issues or something. Because, literally, he would nibble on his hay, but he wouldn't eat enough kind of thing. But his poops were normal size that they should be, just not as many as there should be. And so I was like, what the heck is going on? So I started buying, different types of chew toys, and I had never seen my boy Bruno play with chew toys. I finally found one that he likes, the Timothy dumbbells. So he started chewing on that. And then I decided to try getting like Timothy, like Western Timothy from Oxbow, and see, hey Michael, you made it to a live, awesome. I started getting the Oxbow Western Timothy hay for Bruno, and he started eating that, which was great. But then he stopped eating it, and then Mateo would start showing like the same, well, I'm going to call it symptoms, but it's not really symptoms. Like he would just nibble on the hay a little bit, barely eat the pellets. He wouldn't touch his veggies other than the lettuce. But his poops that he was pooping was perfectly normal. So I knew there wasn't really like a medical reason, per se. And then I thought, okay, there's no way both boys are showing the same issues, back and forth kind of thing. Like something just didn't seem right. So once I reintroduced them, they were so freaking happy. They were both eating again, like eating all their hay, eating their pellets, poop everywhere, like you name it. So I was super thrilled about that. But then I got in the habit of buying them the Oxbow Timothy hay, a 90-ounce bag, for just the boys. So they would have one hay rack that had the Oxbow hay, and then one with the farmer's hay, so that they had their option of which one they wanted. And then once I would get towards the bottom of the bag, I would bring it up and I would split it up between all the girls' cages. And then obviously I'd order a new bag for them. And then it's only this past couple of weeks that I'm thinking, why am I doing that? I'm like literally wasting $30 every month on Timothy hay from Oxbow when there's already Timothy hay in the farmer's hay. So it's kind of like I should really just only order the store-bought hay, like if I need to and in an absolute pinch, like if I run out of my farmer's hay kind of thing. Why are people messaging when I'm live? Dude, I'm live right now. I can't talk. Sorry. Feel free to pop on. I'm literally chatting up a storm. Sorry, that was Mickey. One time feeding the horses, we found a squirrel. Wait. You found a squirrel in the bale of hay? Is that what you're telling me, Noelle? Like, there's no way. I hate to ask this question, but was it alive? Well, I mean, obviously it wasn't alive. If it was alive, it would have ran away. That's kind of disturbing, but I mean, these things unfortunately do happen. Yeah, dead. Oh, dead. Whew. Kind of disturbing to think about. And dead. So he was dead. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know how I'd react if something like that happened. I'd probably freak out. I would probably throw away that hay. And by throw away, I mean I would probably just take whatever it was in. Like, if it was in a bag, I would take that bag. If it was in a bin, I would just grab that bin and I would literally go outside to the backyard and probably dump it over the fence line. That's probably what I would do, because I don't think I would have the guts to even... I could not even pick up gloves to do that. I had a hard time the other day when I was doing my gardening and I was doing Lucy's memorial. I was putting her to rest finally. I had a hard time with that. One, because I was paranoid that people were watching me. Even though nobody was watching me. But yeah, like, no, I wouldn't be able to handle that. Maria says, I have to go. Thank you so much, Leah. It was nice to see the old gals. Of course. I hope you have a great night. like I said, I'll try to get more updates, photos, and stuff like I normally do. But for the next 4.5 days, it's gonna be kind of busy with trying to remember to give Ginger her meds and all that kind of stuff. So just bear with me. Noel says, I already threw the bale in the hay net. Couldn't remove it. So just moved the horses to another stall and gave them different hay and put a warning on the door. Okay, well, yeah, that works. And that works. Warning, this hay has dead squirrel. Oh god, I can only imagine. Yeah, as you can tell, these girls here are not nearly as shy. Especially when the hay pile's, out in the open. Have I ever picked up a piggy upside down? By accident. Upside down. What do you mean by upside down? Have I ever picked them up thinking their head was their butt? Hey, Mickey. Glad you can pop in. I've just been, talking up a storm. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. You grabbed Rue, and he was upside down. Now, I've never actually... I don't think I've picked up a guinea pig upside down. But what I have done before, when I was doing weight checks, my brain was just so, mush. My brain was mush that day. I don't know why. But I had literally... I picked up Lavender, I did her weight, and then I literally put her back in the wrong cage. And I didn't even realize it. I went to continue the weight checks. I grabbed either Autumn or Wynter, went to weigh her, and then when I went to go put one of the skinny pigs back, I was, counting, you know how when you're on a field trip you count heads to make sure everyone's accounted for. I'm counting them with 1 piggy, 2 piggy. Where the hell is the 3rd pig? I literally couldn't figure it out for the life of me. And then I'm looking in the other cage just by odd chance, and I'm like, Lavender, what are you doing in there? And then when I rewatched that live later, I literally discovered that I'm the ding-dong that put her in the wrong cage. But there was no fights, no nothing. It was as if she belonged in there. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Mickey says, I took a 2-hour nap on the couch. Nice. Hopefully your couch is comfortable, because otherwise that would suck. I almost put a piggy in the wrong cage. I get my males mixed up sometimes. Ooh, well, I mean, it can happen, yes, but definitely with males you want to be careful with that, because you put the wrong pig in the wrong cage and you can end up with a big boo-boo. Or the guinea pig will end up with a big boo-boo. You forgot Rue in the bad boy tub overnight. Okay, you have to explain this, Noelle. What is a bad boy tub? You've never done it, luckily. That's good. He started a fight for no reason. Don't worry, he was fine. He had lots of food. Okay, that's good. So, I always ask these things because Unfortunately, in one of the Facebook groups that I used to be part of, there was one individual that would literally tell people that when their guinea pigs fight, that you should treat them like they are toddlers, basically. Put them in timeout. Don't give them any food. Make them stay by themselves for, set amount of time, blah, 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 kind of thing. Tap them on the nose, tell them no, bad. And I'm sorry, like, it might work for certain individuals, but I 1000% do not agree with that. They are animals, for one. Yes, we treat them like family, but they are not human. They do not understand, being yelled at, being tapped on the nose, being told no. Like, they don't understand that kind of shit. Guinea pigs only think about eating, sleeping, and pooping. That's it. Yeah, 100%. Tapping them or scolding them doesn't work. You just cause trauma. Exactly. I 100% agree with that. No, he just goes in there to cool down. Yeah, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there is absolutely nothing wrong with, if you have to, like, separate your guinea pig for a couple of minutes or, like, a small duration for whatever the reason. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but you don't want to separate, a pair or, however many for too long of a time frame, because they will forget about each other and then they have to rebond and reintroduce themselves, kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I'm understanding, Mickey. I think it's like kind of like a timeout. I mean, you look at Bruno and Mateo, they basically had like, what, an 8 or 9 month timeout from one another being separated? And now all of a sudden they're getting along really great. I mean, they still have their moments where they teeth chatter quite a bit. Like today, at one point, it looked like they were going to go at it, and I don't know why. Like, there was no female scent of anything down there. It was just their mood. I don't remember what I did, but I think I threw some like veggies in, or I gave them their bell pepper at that point. I think it was, and that kind of distracted them from whatever they were doing. They're very food motivated. It worked really well instead of letting them keep building up anger. Well, yeah, exactly. If it happens once in a blue moon, then I don't see the harm. But if you have to separate, you know, several times a week, then it's probably just not going to work. It depends on why you separate. Exactly, yeah. It could definitely depend on that. Are you girls getting tired, or are you still having fun in your playpen there? I see a butt. That is all I see. They're all sniffing each other and grooming each other, I think. That wasn't nice. I saw that. The Lavender was grooming Autumn, and Wynter decided to nip at Lavender, like saying, "No, she's mine." But hey, if it's working and no one's getting hurt, that's good. Rue is separate from Eeyore now because he would do really nasty chittering, like, "I'm gonna destroy you, chitter." Oh, yeah. Chattering can be a sign that something else may happen, but it depends. So, teeth chattering is what I consider to be good and bad dominance behaviors. So, guinea pigs use teeth chattering to communicate with one another. They will teeth chatter if the other guinea pig is doing something that is annoying them. Like, for example, let's say I get all up in your face. You know, like I'm literally like, let's say 1 inch from your face for whatever the reason. You're not going to like it. Let's say we're guinea pigs. The one that I'm doing it to is going to teeth chatter to warn me, like, hey, back off, I don't like this. So teeth chattering can be normal, however, prolonged teeth chattering for longer than like 30 seconds to 45 seconds, that could be an indication that something negative will occur. Like even earlier today, Tokyo and Ginger were both teeth chattering hardcore at each other. And this was literally after I pulled Ginger out just to give her antibiotics. And so her antibiotics is strawberry flavor. I think Tokyo could have been just either Tokyo was saying, hey, you're in my way and I don't like it, because they were both facing each other kind of on one side of the snack shacks, like where the wall coroplast is. It's hard to explain without showing you. But it could have been just because they were both facing each other kind of thing. But there's plenty of space to go around and get away from one another. But I'm putting my emotion into this when I say I think Tokyo was saying, Ginger, I don't like you. You smell like strawberry. Why did you get strawberry and I didn't? Because her antibiotics are strawberry flavored. And even then, Ginger does not like it. I'm pretty much going to just keep this live stream going for another little bit, just until it's time for me to give Ginger her probiotic. And then I'm going to end it, put things away, and then toss the liner here into the washing machine. Rue sent you to the hospital for a bite. I am thankful I got in the middle of that. I literally thought he broke my hand, to be honest. Okay, so I'm gonna say this to you, even though you probably got like quite a bit of guinea pig experience, because I've said it to Mickey as well before, and she knows it. I've said it to many people. Don't ever, ever, ever put your bare hand in the middle of two or more guinea pigs that are fighting. Because that guinea pig is so worked up, they are not going to know the difference between your hand and another guinea pig. Anytime, even if it's like an on the spur thing, your guinea pigs are getting along fine, then all of a sudden you see them fighting, don't put your bare hand in. Find a container, a lid to something, a dustpan, a blanket, a towel, a pillow, anything to separate them, and then you can scoop them up. So for me, anytime I do bonding or introductions, I always have an oven mitt. And of course, because I usually do it in the guinea pig room or something, I also have towels that are nearby. I have blankets and bath mats and all kinds of stuff nearby that I can use to intervene. Knock on wood, I've never had to deal with that issue. I have had 2 failed bonding, but not to that extent. Exactly. That's another reason why I said that you know what I'm talking about, kind of thing, because you have made that mistake. He was having really bad hair. Wait. It was like the sound of a crunchy carrot. Ouch! Yeah, I agree with that word. Ouch! Never had to go to the hospital over a piggy bite, but I have 2 scars from 2 bites from chive and toast. Yep. Noelle says, I had to get the tetanus shot and flush. I meant to get a towel and wasn't quick enough. Yeah. Mickey says, I need a tetanus shot, to be honest. It probably wouldn't hurt to get that done. I don't remember when I had my last tetanus shot, but it was in the last 3 to 5 years, so I'm good for at least another 5. Unless, I happen to get injured by, like, a rusty nail or just anything metal that is, unsanitary kind of thing, then I will get it done sooner. Like, there have been 2 different times where it happened to be on my birthday as well, where I was doing dishes and I was washing a glass cup, and out of nowhere it just exploded on me and cut me pretty deep. But because I was doing I was washing dirty dishes, and the sink was filled with like dirty water and stuff like that, I was paranoid about getting like an infection. So I ended up getting tetanus shots both times for that. You're thankful he didn't get Eeyore though. Well, yeah, of course. That'd be a good thing that he didn't get Eeyore. You have a large scar on your pinky from Chive. Like I said, Rue was just having a really bad day. I mean, seriously, worst day ever kind of thing. They definitely can bite, yeah. Tetany lives mainly in soil, but they are also in rust and in intestines, aka tetanus. Exactly, yeah. It's still just one of those things that, like, I get paranoid about it. And at the same time, like, if I remember correctly, the tetanus shot is good for up to 10 years. So, it's not like I would have to have it, but is, good to keep up with it kind of thing. He missed my tendon, and I just needed a brace for my thumb. Oh, wow. Okay, I know I have an alarm set for when I have to give them the probiotic. What? No. Okay, I don't have an alarm set for when I have to give the probiotic. So, in about 20 minutes, I will give it to her. Drake had to get the tetanus shot, because he works at a lumber mill. He gets cut by metal all the time. Yeah, that's not fun. I could be wrong, but I think these girls are almost ready to go back in their cage or enclosure. Yeah, we'll let them get more zoomies out there. His shirt got caught in a what? In a sander. Oh, in a sander recently, and tore the shirt all up. He can't wear it anymore. Torso was fully exposed. Oh my. Well, better than his shirt than his body. It's 10:30 here. Just realized I have to put the piggies to bed soon. They had their dinner. Your skinny pigs are so cute, by the way. Thank you so much. Mickey says, "Good night, Lavender, Autumn, and Winter." Hey, does that mean you're going to? I mean, if you are, that's fine. Because I can just put them back in their cage space now and then start tidying up down here. And by down here, I mean the floor time pen. Normally, I don't really put like a grid thing like this for their floor time, but I do have 2 different spots that have wires, and I don't want them chewing on it. And I'm also not sure how adventurous Capi and Marlee were, so I didn't want to like give them too much freedom yet. am so glad that you popped in, Noelle. I'm glad you had fun. Macy says, I love Capi. Don't we all? I think we all love Capi and Marlee and everybody else. It's a piggy train. Capi is sweet and cute, yes, but she's also a very sassy girl. Like, she is, how do I put it? She's my sassy brat who will teeth chatter at me when I go to pick her up, but then as soon as she's picked up, she's perfectly fine and melts in my hand. You get excited when I get new piggies. You know what? I get excited new piggies. I get excited when I get new piggies as well, but it's not going to be like an all the time thing. You know, like I've mentioned many times before. No, the true old lady on a literal sense would be Marlee, because she's 9 or 10 years old. But on a personality level, it would be Capi. Yeah, like I mentioned with Capi and Marlee, like their situation, or their previous owner's situation, is the main reason why I opted to take them in. Otherwise, I really wasn't looking to get new piggies anytime soon. I mean, obviously, there's always going to be an exception to the rule. Like, even my friend Karen knows this, like my best friend. She knows that there's going to be like 2 exceptions to the idea of me, you know, taking on more pigs. On a general sense, if, you know, let's say, God forbid, Bruno passes away at any given point, then I would obviously be looking for a new friend for Mateo at that point. So that is an exception to taking in new pigs. Or if I find my dream guinea pig, whether it's male or female, which would be like either a silver gray Goody or just any pig with majority color of gray. I am tired, so I may sleep soon. That nap was great, but I am EP. You mean you're sleepy? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, normally I'd be slowly getting ready for bed right now, too, but my schedule's a little thrown off because I gotta make sure to give Ginger her probiotic. And I was I kept promising to try and get a video of Capi and Marlee interacting with one another. But, like, they don't interact the same way in their cage space as they did on the floor time. So I was like, you know what? I haven't done a live in a while. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a live stream. Plus, it's exactly 1 month today that I got Marlee and Capi. So I thought that was like a perfect little celebrate 1 month gotcha day kind of idea. And then I was like, I had Marlee and Capi out for like 37 minutes, but I felt like that's not a long enough live. So I wanted to keep going. So I'm like, here, let me put the trio out. And then I thought, okay, you know, maybe I'll put some of the herd out as well. But because it is getting late for me, it's kind of like, no, we'll do the herd another time. And then at some point, I also want to do a little floor time with the boys. So I recorded a video 2 days ago, and then I recorded one yesterday. And then I did a short one today showing me giving Ginger her first dose of medication, just because that was like a very recent thing, so I wanted to like follow up with that. I've got videos pretty much scheduled up until, I want to say end of June, early July, I think. So I'm good for that, so I don't need to rush on making the videos, but I want to definitely keep consistent and keep going with that so that come closer to Christmas, I can kind of like take a break. I do need to record more shorts. I just don't know like really what to do. Because other than, like, doing short 15... Oh my god! She was driving the hut. Did you see that? She's doing it again. Oh my god. That is freaking hilarious. What was I talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah, so I don't know, like, what to do as far as, like, shorts. 'Cause other than, like, cute ones of them eating or whatnot. And just putting random music to the guinea pigs eating it eventually gets boring. At least in my perspective. So I'm trying to come up with, like, some creativity here. But I'm having, like, struggles on that front. And I figured live streams, well, I mean, I don't do them as often. Like, I used to do a live stream every single day when I clean my cages, but after a while that gets boring. Sometimes I just want to be able to record either, like, a time-lapse video of me cleaning the cages, or just, you know, like, a point of view cleaning cages or whatever. And if I'm doing live streams all the time of me cleaning cages, then what's the point of me posting a video of me cleaning cages? Because it's just going to get redundant. So I don't go live as often as I used to. But when I do go live, I try to make it fun like this, where, you know, set up like a little floor time for the guinea pigs. You know, give them some veggies or whatever kind of thing. But yeah. Okay. I have a video of my girls eating hay and drinking water. I'm gonna upload bets. I mean, it's cute. You haven't been addressing educational topics recently, but I'd like to again. See, I try to do, like, a combination of everything. I'd like to have, like, educational videos 100%. But I also want to have some fun videos just showing, like, my guinea pig care lifestyle and how I do things. You know, in comparison to how someone else might do it. But then I also want to have some fun videos. Like, not everybody watches my live streams. So on Friday, probably, I'm gonna rewatch this live stream, and I might, like, I might screen record, like, certain parts of it, and then maybe come up with a topic or something else that I could do a voiceover on, if that makes any sense, you know? People do IQ videos. They do. Yes, they do. But like, I mean, okay, so I love watching Kona and Suba because he's got the cute videos. He doesn't do much of, like, the educational type. He's more of the cute, entertaining channel, and that is totally cool. You know, I love watching Scotty's Angles because he's got educational content. I was going to say something else, but I can't right now. I love watching Saska's lives every week because, you know, educational again. And, you know, I always learn something different each week, which is great because it helps me with my guinea pigs. You know, I love watching different content creators' channels for different reasons. So, yeah. Apparently you waved and said hi. Hi! That reminds me, I want to order stuff for the piggy room so it looks better. Yeah, I still want to get a couple more items, like, for spring decor in this room, but I don't know where exactly on the walls I would put it. now that I have Cappy and Marley's cage where it is, I can't really pull out the herd's cage to necessarily do the same kind of decor that I did before. Because that would just be moving too many tables around. Although, I mean, it would be very tight squeeze if I did it that way. I might just look into getting those wall stickers like I was talking to you about the other day. And try and get something that is like neutral that I can use for like all seasons. That's what I might do. But it's so hard to determine. Like, when I did my fall decor in this room, I loved the way it looked, but I also had to be very cautious because the herd, some of the piggies were actually getting to the leaf vines and they were eating it, which is not good for them because it's not edible. So I had to be extremely cautious about like intestinal blockages and shit with that. So yeah, I want to get more decor of some kind. I just don't know what. I might just, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I do love the decor that I have behind and above the boys' cage downstairs. Since I do record most of my videos down there, it works out perfect. But you will find, sometimes I will record a video up here if I'm like talking about a specific guinea pig or something. So yeah. You prefer educational videos overall, but cute is fine. See, Little Kingdom is great. Like, I have nothing against her channel in any way, shape, or form. She's educational, but cute at the same time. I love the fact that she does a lot of voiceovers. I really, really enjoy Guinea Pig Facts. He's got a lot of educational content. His guinea pigs are absolutely adorable. And the fact that he's a fellow Canadian is super cool as well. The Skinny Pigs one, she still creates content, but not nearly to the extent that she used to back in the day. But I mean, she's had her channel going for like, 10, 13 years or something, so it's all good. Okay, you're still working on my second box. Jeepers creepers. Okay, yeah, good. Not as big, definitely not, because that was a hassle to deal with. Wall stickers are perfect. I like the butterfly ones. Yeah, I like the butterfly ones, but I also like the blue flower ones, but I don't think that would be good for me to use, like, year-round, like, for all 4 seasons. So, I don't know. I mean, there's still some wall space behind the chair here that I can use up and utilize. Like, I'm sure I could figure it out. Like, I've got all of the guinea pigs' name tags of my original pigs here. I had that above the trio's cage. Cappy and Marley is the only one that I have above their cage, but that's only, like, mostly because those name tags came with them. They're super cute, and they're just made of, like those, if you go to, like, Dollar Tree or Dollar Store, Dollar General type thing, you can get, like, foam to make, like, arts and crafts type things. That's basically what it's made of. So, I thought that was super cute. I didn't realize it was made out of that material when I first seen them. I was like, alright, they come with name signs. Sweet, I don't have to worry about doing it. But that worked out perfect, so I just put it above their cage. Also, so that I can remember their name. Because before I introduced them together, I couldn't remember, for the life of me, couldn't remember which one was Cappy and which one was Marley. But now I know. This box may be a hassle too, though. It's not mailbox size. It's like half the size of the last. I mean, the thing is, it's not really the size of the box that was the issue. I think it was just the whole ordeal of, like, how much the, what the heck is it called? The duty in exchange from, like, shipping it from, US to Canada, like the border cost kind of thing. it was figuring out how much that was going to cost, and then like how long it was going to take for them to deal with it, and then the whole FedEx with having someone be able to pick it up for me and sign it on my behalf and blah 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 kind of thing. That's the part that was a bit of the hassle. Like when Brooke had sent me the package that she did with all the liners that she sent me, she sent it through Canada Post. It was still pretty expensive, but she said that it's cheaper through Canada Post versus FedEx. So I really don't know, because I mean, I don't really send large packages like that. And if I did have to send large packages like that, I would just find another way kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, no, like when she sent her package to me, she sent it through USPS, which then, it went through the border, did whatever. I did not have to pay, or actually, did I? I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember if I had to pay duty and exchange. I don't think I did. I'd have to go back and rewatch the video of me opening it to determine that. I don't remember. But yeah, the issue was the postal strike for sure. That definitely was an issue. Okay, hang on a sec. Someone's messaging me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm still live right now. I'm going to be ending it shortly, though, because I got to go give the second part of Ginger's medication to her. Plus, I think my trio is getting tired, because 2 of them are hiding and the other's just kind of there. Sorry, I didn't feel like texting it out, so I just, verbally responded to him. Plus, I still got to toss that liner into the washing machine. I want to have a quick snack before bed. So yeah, I should probably end this. I keep saying I'm going to end it, and then I keep, continue talking. I think I have a problem saying goodbye. You may have to go soon. 1, you're tired, and 2, your friend is being clingy. Your friend is being clingy? I'm confused. Are you referring to Drake? Oh, your friend keeps calling you. Oh, okay. Tomorrow's a witch holiday for you. You're going to celebrate Beltane. Cool. I have no idea what kind of holiday Beltane is, but cool. Okay, yeah. I'm going to get these piggies in their cage, and then I will click off. Oh, God. Ow. Well, I mean, they ate a lot of the hay, so that's cool. Yeah, during winter months, I just take the tunnels like this and I fold it up and I store it in the closet here. And then in summertime, I'll be pulling them out to use more in the cages and stuff. I figured if I start with removing the spots that they have available to hide in, then it'll be hopefully easier to capture them. Keyword is hopefully. Pardon my legs. I also got to refill everyone's hay. Everyone's gone through their hay like no tomorrow. That's good. Today was a bit of a colder day compared to the last couple of days, so I can understand it. Yeah, I'm gonna give these hidey huts a little wipe down. You're gonna have fun watching me go ring around the rosy. 1, 2. The only reason I can do that like that is because of the fact that they're both skinny pigs, so it's easier to get a good grasp on them. I would never try and pick up 2 furry ones at the same time, though. Here we go. Okay. So if you're gonna go, I will say goodnight now. And then I will literally end it as soon as I'm done what I'm doing here. So thank you everyone for watching and popping in. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I'm hoping to do more live streams like this in the near future. I just can't promise a date because I really don't know my schedule. So I'm just going to use a baby wipe for now to wipe down these green hidey huts. They weren't really used too much that I have to worry about them being like extremely contaminated kind of thing. I'll still spray it with the white vinegar and water solution that I have. You see the bottle. Give it a quick squirt. I'm going to use the baby wipe to wipe it though, because I don't really have paper towel. I gotta get more tomorrow. So yeah, I don't mind using these like plastic huts for like a floor time occasionally. It's not too bad. Ooh, itchy. Itchy leg. Yeah, I think my piggies enjoyed having the floor time. Next time we will definitely have some of the herd come out and play. And then eventually we will do some sort of fun live with the boys. Just gotta figure out a way to like... Actually, you know what? Next time I go to the dollar store, maybe I'll pick up like 2 or 3 little step stools or something. I can use that as tunnels for the boys when I do live streams, like 4-time live streams. Yeah. Even though my floor is messy right now, it's going to get a little bit messier again because I still got to refill their hay. And give Ginger her probiotic. By the time I get onto an actual routine with giving Ginger her medications, the dosing and timeline will be done. It's crazy. But I'm not going to complain about the fact that I was instructed to do a course. I mean, it's really puzzling for me though, like how or why, you know, she was bleeding from her private parts in the first place. Who's crying out? Like, I don't understand how or why she was even bleeding from there in the first place. But the fact that it stopped on its own, or on its own, is like spectacular. Okay, what the... I gotta look that up. So someone's poop was coated all in white. Guinea pig poop covered in white. White or whitish guinea pig poop can be normal, especially in young guinea pigs, or if the poop is smegma. It's not smegma. Consistency can indicate issues. Healthy. Huh. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on you guys. The worst part is I don't know whose poop that came from. Hopefully it's just a one-off thing. Okay. I have to do a better mopping job at the end of this week. I did a quick half-ass mop job like the other day, but then I went out. I want to do a proper one in the upcoming weeks. I don't remember which one it was, but it was either Capi or Marlee. I think one of them passed a stone last night. Alright. I am going to go ahead and end this live. It's a good thing I was using my other phone because the chat had completely frozen on this one. Alright, take care everyone. Thank you for watching.